everybody, it's Amber and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another craft fair idea, and thank you so much for your support throughout this craft fair series. So today is a video that I've been dreaming up and wanting to show you, and I finally had a chance to get the project done. So now I'm going to share it with you here on video, and we're going to do a tutorial as well. So I am calling these Dear Santa packs, and what they are is pretty much a play on my activity packs that I made last year, but these are Christmas themed and they are inspired by a letter to Santa. So I made these completely different than the ones I did last year, but they're inspired by that. Those were such great sellers at the craft fair, and so I have jam-packed this activity pack full of fun things for kids, and I'm going to give you some tips along the way here, because you can take this idea and the base idea and make it your own. You don't have to make activity packs for kids. You can use these to fill with stationery, paper samples, ephemera, anything. You can use these for Happy Mail ideas, or if you're making like some DIY gifts for your pen pals, you can do something similar to this. Or if you don't have the same products that I do, just go into your stash, see what you do have, and be creative with it. I am going to show you everything that I used, and this is kind of where my hoarding tendencies kind of paid off, because I was able to go into my stash and find all the brand new things that I have purchased, you know, with thoughts of having my nephews use them, or just bought them in the store because they were cute. I don't know. I was able to kind of use up a lot of that stuff with this project. And as you can see, they're nicely packaged up. I left this one out so you could see it a little better. But I packaged the rest of them up, and we're going to talk about the packaging later, but this is kind of how they look all packaged up. And there is an activity pad in the back, and I'm going to talk about those as well. But oh my goodness, I'm just so happy with the way these came out. And again, Dear Santa packs is what I'm calling them, and I think they're going to be a great seller at my craft fair. So we'll talk about all that pricing and packaging at the end of the video. Let me just take you quickly through the ones that I made, and then I'm going to share the supplies with you, and we're going to do a quick tutorial. So let me just kind of show you. I'm not going to take everything out because we're going to go over it in detail, but I just want to show you the ones that I made. I used the gorgeous, gorgeous paper from Pebbles, which I will show you in just a second. But there's this one, and the rest of them are packaged up, so I hope that you can make them out through the plastic and there's not too bad of a glare. Before we get started on the tutorial, I'm going to disassemble this one and show you everything that you get inside the Dear Santa pack. So starting off, I'm including an entire Christmas coloring and activity book, and it's got pages to color and then little games and activities throughout. So I'm including an entire one, and I'll show you why. I got these recently at Dollar General, 3 for $1, so that's a great, great deal. So last year I kind of took them apart and ripped the pages out, but this year I'm including the whole book. So this, if you haven't guessed already, or if you haven't figured it out already, is just a regular paper bag. It's just the one you put your kids' lunch in. You can get like a pack of like either 50 or 100 for at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to show you the ones that I used. but they're just the regular good old ones that you get at the grocery store. I didn't use like the fancy Celebrate It ones from Michael's. I wanted to make this very, very user-friendly and simple to make. So I just decorated the front pocket with the paper collection that I'm going to show you. In the front are these cute ornaments that the kids can color. So there is a snow globe, a little reindeer, or a Santa, it just will vary, and then a cute little Christmas family. So these are all DIY ornaments, and they can be colored in, and that would be really fun for kids. And then I didn't use the string that came with the pack. I used my own red and white twine just to give it a little artsy touch. And then my hoarding paid off because I bought a bunch of these at Dollar Tree. These are mini pre-sharpened Crayola colored pencils, and they're very flat, so they are perfect for this project. And I'm including a tag, so whoever gifts this to the kid, they can either leave the tag in there or they can write, you know, the to and from on there. And so these came in a pack at Target in the dollar section for $1, and I think there was like 24 or 25 per pack. So it's super cute because they can fill this part out and then design their own and color their own little snowman. So this also came in a pack from Hobby Lobby. It is an adorable Christmas postcard. And then each one includes a sheet of stickers. So I happen to have a bunch of these Peanuts labels in my stash. That's the sheet of stickers that I used. And in the back of the paper bag pocket, there's a Christmas pencil. And there are 10 sheets of these list pad samples. There's 5 sheets in each bundle, so they get 10 of those. And this is the star of the show and my favorite part, and also my inspiration. I made a handmade envelope with my envelope punch board, and I put a white label, if you can see right there. And this is going to be essentially their letter to Santa. So these right here are what inspired this little pack. I found these at Hobby Lobby for 25 cents each in the scrapbook paper section, and this is a letter to Santa. So I just folded it in 3 and stuck it in the cute festive envelope that I made, and so they can write their letter to Santa and then, you know, tape this up and write the address here to the North Pole and mail it off. So that is kind of the inspiration for this entire project. So that is what is included in this cute little activity pack, and I'm going to show you how I made this. So first and foremost, I used this paper collection, and it is by Pebbles, and it's called Merry Little Christmas. It's so whimsical and cute. Those are the designs. Plus, I also purchased a lot of the double-sided single sheets. And so there's a mixture. I cut up a mixture of double-sided and single-sided paper. I like using double-sided for the envelopes. So along with this collection, I also got the ephemera packs, the tag pack, stickers, just kind of all the elements that came with it. And then for the ornaments, here they are. And as I mentioned, I added my own twine because I think it looks more festive. The little strings that came with these were like a metallic color, so I like using the striped red and white twine. And I'm going to show you how I strung those. They're super easy. And let me show you the packaging so you can go to Hobby Lobby if you would like to buy those. So the snow globe looks like this. These were $2.99 and you got 24, and they were 40% off. So a great price. You get 24 of them. Same for the polar bears. $2.99, 40% off, and you get 24. Same price for the cute little Santas and reindeer. And I also got these postcards, and you can color those as well. And same thing. 24 for $2.99, 40% off. So the cute little snowmen that I got that are kind of customizable for the kids, they can color on the back. I got these in the Target dollar spot for $1. You get 30 of them. And these are, like I said, from the Target dollar spot, and that's what the packaging looks like. My neighbor just got home, and they're probably wondering why my window's wide open and I'm talking to myself. Anyways, so then I got these cute little activity books that I showed you, and these came 3 to a pack for $1 at Dollar General. So check your Dollar General. These are new this year. I have not seen these before. I might be wrong, but check your Dollar General out because mine just put out a bunch. So I use that. And then just any stickers that you have. I happen to have a lot of these Peel and Stick gift tags, and you get 4 sheets of these in one pack for $1 at the Target dollar spot. I don't know if they're going to put these out again this year, but any Christmas stickers you have will be great. And then I have these Peanuts pencils. That's what I'm using for the pencil. I had a bunch of Christmas list pads, so I'm just using 5 of each, so 10 sheets altogether. And these are also from the Target dollar spot. And I use a cute little tag for each one as well, and this came out of the Pebbles paper collection that I just showed you. This is like the tag pack. I'll try to find as much of this stuff as I can and link it below for you. And then for the envelopes, I just use these mailing labels, just the plain white ones, just to add a label. And then this sticker came from the Pebbles sticker booklet, and I just matted it on white cardstock and cut it out and put it on some dimensionals, and that's going to be the bag topper, the little embellishment for the bag topper. Okay, so last but not least, I used these lunch bags. These were $1 at Dollar General. I just happened to be there, so I picked these up there. But I think they have like a 50 or 75 or more than that at Dollar Tree for $1. So check there first, or if you already have some on hand, use those. But oh my goodness, such a great deal. And they're just the plain old good old lunch paper sacks. So the last item that I used is this 8.5 by 11. It's just regular copy paper weight letter to Santa. And as I said, this was in the scrapbook paper section, like the open stock paper at Hobby Lobby, and they're 4 for $1. I know it says 59 cents back here, but my Hobby Lobby always has their open stock paper 4 for $1. So I picked up several of these, and I thought this was so cute, and this is, like, as I mentioned before, the inspiration for this project. So let's get started on the easy tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do is just get this prepped. So what I like to do is just take off a 1/2 inch off the top to kind of clean it up and give it a nice clean edge. So now it's got a nice clean edge. So after you cut that off, take the side where the flap is open right here. Not this side, because this side is smooth all the way down, but the side where the flap is open, and go to that natural crease right there and fold this up. Use your bone folder to get it nice and creased down. Okay, so you folded that up, and you're eventually going to be gluing this down, but not yet. Okay, so this is the scrapbook paper that you're going to need. You're going to need 1 piece for your envelope, and that measures 9 3/4 by 9 3/4. Then you're going to need a piece that measures 3 by 5, 2 pieces that measure 4 7/8 by 6 7/8, and then a piece that measures 2 1/4 by 7. Now the reason this is 2 1/4, it's because it's the leftover strip that you're going to have from your envelope piece. So if you make a bunch of these, the reason mine are all different patterns is because of course I mixed and matched as I was cutting down my paper. So this came from another piece that I cut for an envelope, and it's the rest of this, but it's cut down again to 7 by 2 1/4. So that's the scrapbook paper that you're going to need. So for the envelope, I used my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board, and I know some people are intimidated by this or don't want to, you know, purchase it, make that investment, but I completely recommend going to Hobby Lobby or Michael's, using a coupon, because this is such a great tool for your craft room. It's probably one of my top 3 favorite tools in my craft room. So I'm going to link it below, but you know, if you have a local Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I would definitely go check that out. Take your coupon. You can get this for under $20, maybe under $15 if you have a coupon. So I cannot say enough good things about this product. It's so user-friendly and I just love it. I'm going to be making an envelope that measures 3.5 by 8.5. So as you saw when I showed you everything that was in my pack, it's kind of like a skinny envelope, and I wanted to make sure that it was 8.5 inches long, so that way those letters to Santa would fit in there. So it's really easy. You just go to your paper size on here, which is 9 3/4 by 9 3/4, which is what we have. And then you go over to your score line, and that's where you start. So let me actually do it on this side so you can see it a little better. So my score line is 3 1/8. I'm going to show you a trick because this paper is longer. See, you find your score measurement, 3 1/8, and then you punch. Find the groove. There's a little groove right here, and then score. Don't score too hard at the end because you don't want to slip off and rip this. So here's my advice to you. I don't know if this is what everybody else would recommend, but when you don't have any more board to finish your score line, this is what I'm going to recommend you do. So here's the right side of your paper right here. You're going to take the right side and make it be the top, but you're also going to flip your paper over. So let's flip it over and make that right side the top. Line it up again at your 3 1/8 score measurement. Do not punch this time, but just score, and that's going to meet up with your other score line that you just made. That's how I recommend getting the entire thing scored. Okay, so now to get back on track, do it again. Your right side needs to be at the top and it needs to be flipped over. Okay, so now we're back with our score line and we can continue on normally. So here we were, we punched, we scored, and now you make a quarter turn. And this time you line this little notch up right here with your score line. So this is just because this is one of those rare, skinny envelopes. Usually you just punch, score, line up, punch, score, line up. So, like I said, very user-friendly product. Anyways, so you take the little notch and line it up with your score line. You don't measure anymore. Then you punch and score. And you can score this one all the way down. Do another quarter turn. Line your notch up with your score line. Punch. And do your long score again. So remember what we did. We scored as far as we possibly could. Then we made the right side at the top and flip it over. Line it up at your measurement, which is 3 1/8. Do not punch, but just finish that score line. So if you need to take that part and keep playing it, rewinding, you know, pausing it, go ahead. So let's get back on track now. The right side needs to be up here and it needs to be flipped over. So now we're back on track. We just did our punch and score. So now let's give it a quarter turn. Line our notch up with our score line. Punch. And this is our last score. Okay. So now we have our envelope all scored and punched. So now all we need to do is fold on our score lines, and it's going to look a little funky at first, but I'll show you what to do. Okay, so this is so easy. Yes, you want to close your envelope and everything and have a cute envelope, but again, too long, and this is too long. So what I did is I took my paper trimmer. So what I did is I took this edge and I lined it up at 2 3/4, which is right here. Make sure it's even all the way down. Then you take your flap and close this and just take that off. See that triangle? Save it. You're going to need it. Then flip it over. The same thing, line this edge up at 2 3/4 and just take that off. You can save these triangles because I'm going to show you where we're going to use them. So now we can just see how the envelope came together. Isn't that adorable? So then you just need to add adhesive right here. I usually add 2 layers right there. And right here. And if this is really going in the mail, I'll show you what I would recommend. So you're gonna glue this down, burnish it with your bone folder. If you're really gonna mail this, I would add some clear tape just right here and right here, just to kind of secure it a little more. But now we have our adorable, tall and skinny envelope for our letter to Santa. So you want to make sure that you fold this in pretty even thirds so it fits in the envelope. And it's so cute. And I know it has a little label back here, but I don't think that matters. And the kids will be so excited to write their letter to Santa. So then you just take it and slip it in the envelope. And we have our first little part done for our bag. So now we're going to set this aside and bring over our paper bag and our scrapbook paper. You don't need this right now. This is for the bag topper, so you can set that aside. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to mat this, you're going to mat this, and you're going to mat the back. So I like to put my favorite page here, so that way that's going to be seen a lot, and then so is this. So I think I want the holly leaves here, and then the stripes on the back. So keep in mind that the paper that I cut is to the paper bags that I bought. Now, these are the standard size, but if yours varies at all, just make sure you give it a quick measurement and make your scrapbook paper 1/8 of an inch smaller all the way around. And same for this little flap here. So these are the measurements that are working for the paper bags I'm using. So just make sure you measure yours before. So now all we have to do is mat these. So the first one I'm going to mat is this. So you can use any adhesive you want. I'm just going to use my ATG Gun. You can use wet glue if you'd like. So also, please ignore my allergy voice. My allergies are horrible. And of course, we went to a fall festival yesterday and it was so fun, but oh my goodness, the allergies are awful. Okay, so I just want to mat that and give it a good burnish with my bone folder. Make sure all the edges are sealed because once you start putting stuff in, we don't want those to come up. So then I'm going to do the back. Okay, so now we need this to form a pocket. And for that, we just need to add some wet glue right here so that it'll be glued down. And I like to use wet glue. Again, I mention this in all of my videos where I make pockets, because that way when you're sticking stuff in, it won't get stuck because the wet glue completely dries. And I'm using the Tombow Mono Aqua liquid glue. I really love this. It doesn't get clogged and it holds really well. So make sure you get it to the very edge and give kind of a generous amount because these paper bags have layers and you're going to be putting like a bunch of stuff in this pocket. So you really want it to hold really well. Get it as far to the edge as you can because you're going to be sticking some pretty wide items in there. Okay, so I'm just going to seal that down. And then I like to let this dry for a little while and I put my ATG gun right on top so that way it completely dries. Okay, so now we get to do the really fun part, which is stuff the bag. I don't know if I forgot to mention the colored pencils, like the most important part, but I got these at Dollar Tree for $1. There's 8 miniature colored pencils and they're pre-sharpened. And I like these because they're really flat and they fit right into the pocket. So I start out with the letter to Santa, and in the paper bag there's like a space here and then there's a gusset and then a space here. I like to utilize that, so I put the envelope in the first slot and then I take the 2 samples. So there's 5 sheets each here, and I kind of stagger them like this, and I put those in like the second slot. So that way they're nice and tight and they don't move around. So that's how it looks so far. In the front, I always put the sheet of stickers in first. Then I go for the postcard. Okay, so nice layering going on. And then I put the cute little snowman, kind of at an angle. And then I put in the 3 little DIY ornaments. And those go in like this. And I just tuck the strings in every which way. They can kind of lay wherever they are. And how I did those, I'm going to do the same for the tag. I just take some twine and I do a simple slip knot. So you just loop it. And this way you don't have to tie any knots or any bows. You just kind of take it like this and do a slip knot. And I just leave it like this. So then I stick this kind of behind the ornaments and the snowman, but peeking out like that. And I'll kind of tuck that string in there. Okay, so then I put the pencil in right next to the envelope in this little corner and stick it all the way down so it's just peeking out. And the last thing I do is put in the colored pencils. So what I do is I lift the 3 ornaments up and I tuck them behind the ornaments. Be very careful. You don't want your bag to come unglued. And then I just kind of arrange these nicely. And the very last thing I do is decorate the pocket. You can do it before you stick everything in, that's fine. But I like to kind of see the colors and how they look with everything. And that's where the little triangle comes in that you cut off of your envelope. And of course I'm using a different pattern from a different paper that I used to make an envelope. And I think I'm going to use the peppermint side. So with this collection I also purchased the die cuts ephemera pack. So what I did is because I did this in assembly line, I did 1 triangle, 1 die cut, and 1 sticker. And some I had to do 2 stickers because they were like really small, but so I think that for this one, I think the Merry and Bright is super cute. Put that there. And then I did get the cardstock stickers from this collection as well. So I'm going to find a snowman to kind of match our topper. So there's our completed Dear Santa pack. Isn't that so cute? I think it's so adorable. For the packaging on this, I'm so excited because we are going to make these super duper cute. I'm using these clear bags from clearbags.com, and this is the measurement. I will also have them linked below. I'll have this exact pack linked below for you. I do have a coupon code, so please make sure you use it because you can get 10% off. And I'll put it across the screen here, and I'll also put it down below in the description by the link. So don't worry about writing the measurements down. I'm going to link these below. You can go over and get them. I'm going to take the strip that I had talked about earlier that measures 7 by 2 1/4. And we're just going to fold this in half long ways. So take a little help from your bone folder on this. So then take your clear bag, and I hope that you can see this, and you're just going to set this on the smooth closed part. Just put this all the way nestled up into that fold. So let me show you a close-up. This is all the way up into the fold. Now that we have this nice and secure, I'm just going to take a stapler, come in a little ways, like about 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, and just place a staple. Also, before you do that, make sure that this is the front of your bag. What I mean by that is this is the long side of the bag. So you've got the long side with the adhesive strip and then the short side back here. So make sure that the smooth side of the staple is on the front side. So go in here, eyeball it, and staple. So there we go. Now we've got our topper all stapled on, and we're ready to further decorate this. This is the only piece of cardstock that I did not give you a measurement for, and that's because you can use washi for this part, anything. So I'm just taking a piece that is 1/2 inch by 7, and I'm gonna lay it in the center here to cover those staples. So I just like to use this to cover the staples, and it gives it a little more layer and dimension. So you can use any strip of paper, you can use like the branding strip, anything. So I'm just gonna glue this down right on top. So that's our topper so far, and then all I did is I took a sticker, and I think I mentioned this earlier, I just took a sticker and then matted it on white cardstock and added some dimensional adhesive, and that's just gonna be my cute little embellishment for the center. Just like that. So isn't that so adorable? And then all we do now is you take your activity pack. This is the front, this is the back because it's got like the label on the back. So you're going to turn the front side to the back because that's what you're going to see. So that's what we slip in first. Then you're going to take your cute Dear Santa pack and put that right on top. And I do it this way so that way they don't have to rip this off to get to it. They can just open the bottom, take it in and out, and not have to rip this up. So then let's just turn it over and kind of get it straightened out back here and seal this up. Make sure you seal it really nice. So that is the back, and then this is our finished product. Isn't that adorable, you guys? I just absolutely love this project. I think I am going to make probably a dozen more of these because I do have 2 craft fairs, and I have a feeling that they're going to be really great sellers. So I'm probably going to make 12 more. This is my 12th one, so I do have 12 to start, and I'll probably get busy and make 12 more. But I wanted to get this video out for you so that you can go out and get some supplies or go through your stash and make some of these yourself. For the pricing on these, I am going to price them at $6 each or offer them 2 for $10. So I like that price. I'm going to see how it does at the first craft fair, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate your support. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up so I know that you'd like to see more craft fair ideas. And I'm going to get this last one packaged up, but I wanted to leave it out so you have a clear view of what we just created today. I would love if you would follow me over on Instagram. I'm going to be doing a giveaway over there very soon, and I announce all my videos, give sneak peeks. So I'd love if you'd follow me over on Instagram. So thank you again so much for watching. I already have another video that's going to be coming out very soon that I'm super excited about, of course, for a craft fair idea. So thank you for supporting my craft fair series. I hope that you're enjoying it. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!